Now, the event industry in Ghana, which is still recovering from being badly hit by COVID-19, is now reeling under current harsh economic conditions. Aisha Yakubu Khalid reports, while some event organizing businesses have folded up, others have had to lay off workers in order to stay afloat.
Organizers of weddings, birthday parties, funerals and the like were saddled with cancellation of a lot of projects during the COVID-19 pandemic. While some businesses witnessed heavy revenue losses and had to fold up, others managed to stay in business. But the current hike in prices of foods and services is threatening the sustainability of these businesses.
This job, people do or organize events when they have extra income after living or surviving. Nobody will just wake up and say, I'm organizing a birthday party if the kids' school fees or transportation cost to work has not been paid. So we are at the end of receiving disposal income. People don't have disposal income or it has been reduced significantly. So they will not use that money to come and pay for other things that will give them leisure or pleasure.
It's difficult to revise your package at least every 3 months. You can't do that. And you always face the challenge that when a client calls, I want your package, and the prices you charge for an earlier event, you can't do the same, else you run at a loss. It's not easy. You go to your vendors and the price list that they gave you earlier, they'll tell you they've revised it. The prices of chair has increased.
Things that we source, either you make them from scratch or you source them from abroad. It's expensive because they are now getting it down to Accra. It can be quite difficult. So things have changed.
Patrick Asamoah left his job of 21 years at the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority to follow his passion in events. He provides logistics for event companies. He has had to lay off workers due to the minimal orders he gets lately.
At the beginning of the year, we used to fill our truck 890. Now we do 1,700 just to fill the same truck. Cost is huge. Employee cost is quite difficult too because it's going up every day. Imagine I have a staff living at La Paz. The transportation from La Paz from January has more than doubled. So if you give the person money, you know that the salary alone will not take the guy or the lady anywhere. So you are in a dilemma. People work for you, you cannot pay them very well.
From downscaling operations to revising prices, Samira, on the other hand, has had to resort to innovative business ideas to prevent her company from making losses.
So sometimes you will have to just do the work, probably because the client is a friend or someone you really want to work for. You know that you take up the cost so that it goes against you entirely. You know, there are some nuts you can just ignore.
One integral part of every successful event is food. Vendors that provide food at these functions have adjusted their price lists in order to be able to stay in business. Esinam has been in the food business for 5 years.
For the past 3 months, I've had no choice than to now start adjusting my rates because it looks like I give in so much quality and then producing at the same old price. Business has to go on. Workers have to be paid.
Owners and vendors alike want their clients to be more understanding of the current harsh economic times.
I expect the clients to also be understanding. We can't come to an agreement that, okay, because of the high cost of things, this is what we can do for you, and you are still not okay with that. We may have to entirely go back.
It doesn't really sit well with some of them. It's sort of difficult for them to understand. But I just try to make them reason with me and the economy, that we all know what's happening.
Some clients do not understand. And it's a challenge. Because you have billed me. And so when that happens, that is your loss.
Even in hard times, there will be moments of joy or sorrow that will require the services of people in event business. And as to whether the current harsh economic times will change forever how the event planning business runs, time will tell. Aisha Yakubu Khalid, TV3 News, Accra.